Hi everyone, my name is Eva Noblezada.
And I'm Orville Peck.
And you can come see us at the Kit Kat Club in Cabaret starting March 31st.
Welcome.
Yeehaw.
I'm losing my mind. Truly, I have to pinch myself all the time. We're in the thick of rehearsals, so obviously we're really immersed in this show and the story, but I am definitely taking moments to look around and kind of be in disbelief. Getting to make my Broadway debut in my dream role, it's kind of crazy.
So what's it like? I mean, you have a history with Cabaret. You've done the show before, right?
I have, yeah. I was a Kit Kat boy, and I played the gorilla, and so it's very full circle. I mean, actually, if you know the show, that number with the gorilla, it's really, it doesn't escape me that it's very full circle for me, and so yeah, I love this show. I think it is genuinely one of the most cleverly and heartfelt constructed pieces of theater with each of the characters, what they represent, what they go through, their differences, their similarities. It's a perfect show, in my opinion, really.
Yeah.
What made you say, yes, I want to play Sally?
Well, I was just grateful that they gave me an audition because I've always wanted to be Sally. It's been a dream role of mine since I was a little girl.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very grateful that they gave me the audition and that thankfully it went well. And I'm just excited to keep telling Orville this. I want to get in the full get-up and get the makeup on and get the wig on and just start putting my body on the stage and really inviting Sally into my space and my bones, so I can really start running with her. But it's also like I've never gone into a long-running show before, other than Les Mis, where people are actively playing the role. So there's a level of, I love how you keep using the word integrity, and I just think that's brilliant for the show and where we are right now. But there's a level of integrity that I want to uphold with making sure that I'm honoring the material and also honoring myself and how I want to put my spin on Sally. And I don't really know what that means in adjectives yet, but I know how that feels. And so it's been a great process, and this team is so open to collaboration, and and I get to work with this genius, and he is a light in the room and also completely not himself when he's on stage, which is what anyone wants to work with, so it's perfect.
Where's your MC right now? Talk about rehearsals.
Yeah, listen, similarly, we're in the thick of it. It's such a hard thing to sort of put into words when we're at this stage, because I think this show particularly, until we're up there with the audience, it's such an immersive production, so we're missing a huge element, which is the audience in there with us too, and so, but I think for me, I'm really trying to bring, listen, my MC makes decisions and choices that I would probably never make as Orville, but I'm trying to find my own sense of humanity in those decisions and what would bring someone to make those decisions, I suppose. And so I'm really focused on, I think, that side of things at the moment, just to bring a real humanity to these characters, because these are all, they're all written the way they're written for a reason. They all come with different backgrounds, perspectives, and they're sort of unified in crisis, and it's something very relatable. When crisis hits, we all go to our different perspectives,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Anybody who knows me knows that Kander and Ebb are my favorites.
Yeah.
I think John Kander writes the most incredible music, and I think Fred Ebb was the most brilliant lyricist. What's it like living in the world of their songs at the moment?
It's beautiful. It's unreal, and every song gets stuck in your head for different reasons, and it gets stuck in your body in different places depending on how it makes you feel. I can't tell you the joy and the gratitude I feel singing those iconic Sally songs. It's out of this world, and it makes me feel even more inspired to make the most out of every second, whether it be exhausted or not, just in this world and in this role. So it's very special.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect word. It's it's iconic, and in this real sense of the word. That when you hear the starting notes of almost all the songs in the show. If you're a theater fan, you know those. You know the start of Cabaret, the start of Willkommen, like, and so getting to be a part of that on Broadway, I mean, it really is it's like such a gift. It's so exciting and thrilling, and I think we're both trying to come to this with, yes, of course, our own takes and our own spin on these characters, these iconic characters, but we are also equally, I think, both people who are very conscious of the respect that needs to be brought to this iconic show.
Yes.
Let's talk about the relevancy of this show. It was relevant in 1966 when they first wrote this, and every generation after that.
Yeah.
Talk about with this production the relevancy of right now.
Well, it's in our faces. It's on the news. It's in our neighborhoods. It's on social media. It's everywhere. Of how unfortunately paralleled the themes of this show are with the rise of fascism in Berlin and Germany, and also right here in the United States, and also just in the world. And it's terrifying, and I don't really understand how we've come to this point. I think one of my main challenges right now is to not feel completely helpless. I know that I'm playing a character, but I'm playing a character who is based off somebody who was actually alive during those times in Berlin. So I can only imagine what she had been going through at that time in that city. It makes me feel really, disturbed. I just feel overall disturbed. And thankfully, we're in a group of people who not only feel the same way, but community is everything. And I think one of the great things about tackling that issue with the reality of the show and how it is a mirror to today in a way, with the community that we have in this company is we need that. We need that family sense. We need that knowing that we have each other's backs to do this show every night. Because it is a musical. It's a beautiful musical. It's a show. It's also a very deep show where people come in and they feel affected. And I even know people who don't want to see the show because they don't want to feel a certain way with the themes of the show. So it's,
Yeah, I mean, I think Eva hit the nail on the head. It's the elephant in the room, I think, for all of us in rehearsal and the existing cast too. I mean, we're in real time watching people's rights being threatened and even taken away right in front of them. And, that is what these characters were experiencing in 1930s Berlin. I mean, it's verbatim. I think that in one way, I think that really helps us understand these characters and bring a real empathy and a compassion to these characters, because we are simultaneously experiencing the same thing on some level. And I think it makes it hard. I think it makes it feel like there's a responsibility that we need to bring to the show, and I think we're both eager to do that. And yeah, I mean, the Kit Kat Club represents joy, freedom, lightness, diversity. I think it represents all those things, and I think as an audience you can come and for most of the first act experience that with us, and then you watch it change and you watch us change, and I think the audience changes too. So it's a beautiful piece of theater.